I love Kurt Geiger as a brand. There is no secret, and they have some beautiful new pieces. I think it's worth showing. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, happy to have you here. For those of you who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. Hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 2 to 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion, slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and, of course, celebrating others. And to that end, I've got my equality t-shirt on. I will continue to shout that from the rooftops because, you know, unfortunately, there are challenges happening in the world at the moment where people's rights are being questioned, and I do not like any of it. I do not like it one bit. So yeah, it's scary how things can change in such a short space of time, and the fear that people can suddenly start living in, which I just don't think is acceptable. So yes, this is a message that I will continue to communicate, that equality is critical, and yes. Anyway, we're not here to get into that. What I want to talk about today is Kurt Geiger, a brand that I absolutely love, who also spread a message of kindness and love, and I love them for it. So yeah, very actually in keeping with what I have just said. So yes, let's talk about some of the new pieces. They have released their new collection, and what I love about Kurt Geiger is their seasonal rotations, their seasonal pieces. They are fun, the price points are good, the quality is good. I think for what you pay and the aesthetic that you get great value for money, a lot of bang for your buck, as I like to say. So yeah, I'm going to share with you some pieces. We have some accessories, we have shoes, we have bags, we have a couple of pieces from what they've placed in their men's collection. We have the women's collection. But as you know, I believe anyone can and should wear anything that they want to. Do you agree, Poppy? Come on, say hello. Say hello. Do you agree? Anyone can wear whatever they want? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Are you going to stay or are you going to go? Are you going to hang out there? Okay. So, without further ado, let's get into these items. And I've just picked a very small selection for you, just some of the ones that I liked the most, that I thought were worth mentioning. So, let's talk about these Mina Eagle Jewel Sandals. This is a pair of slides, very OTT, fun, playful. What I like about these is particularly if you are wearing these at a time where the weather's that little bit warmer. I feel inspired to film this video today thinking about summer, etc., because in the UK we're having a really nice weather spell at the moment, so fingers crossed that continues. But these are really nice. I imagine these on holiday where they will be comfortable, they are weather appropriate, whilst also having a little bit of bling and glamour and playfulness to them. So you could wear quite a simple pared back outfit, throw these on, and suddenly it's got a little bit of glitz and glamour. Are they a little over the top? Absolutely. But Kurt Geiger, I would say, is a little bit more of a more is more type of brand. There's always a lot going on, and I love it for that. Look at how pretty this Kensington bag is with the top handle. Again, more is more. There is a lot going on. There is a lot of pattern and print and texture, and there is a bow, there is hardware, there are multiple colors, there are, you've got, what is this? You've got strawberries, you've got chains, you've got different fabrics, different textures. I think this is really, really pretty. I think it's a really lovely piece. This could be worn very casually. This with a pair of jeans, trainers and a t-shirt would be great, but also imagine this with a really beautiful linen suit or a dress or something like that, like a flowy summery dress or something along those lines, this could be a really, really beautiful bag. It's got good capacity, like the fact that it can be top handle, long shoulder, crossbody. Definitely want to think about £219, a really nice summer piece if you were looking for one. I think these Kensington platform heels are fabulous. The colours are gorgeous. I especially love that really deep purple where you've got a turquoise in there, you've got a cobalt blue. Imagine these under a caftan. You are on holiday, you're somewhere like Greece, you're wearing a caftan and you're just flowing around the resort. You're off for dinner, you want to go to a club. These feel really, really appropriate. They feel very summery. They just feel very fun. They will be pretty, I think, practical to walk in as well. They look to be around 120 millimeters, somewhere between 120 and 140, but with a fairly decent platform. They also have the strap around the ankle, which helps with stability. So thicker heel, platform, strap around the ankle. 3 key markers of a more stable, practical heel to walk in. This has it. They are £189, statement piece without having to spend ridiculous money on a very high-end version, and these would be pieces that you could just bring out time and time again and have a lot of fun with them. Like I said, these could also be great with a pair of jeans, a sort of top and a jacket, but I think these would look really nice under a flowy dress, a caftan, a skirt, something along those lines. But then of course you can always jazz them up if you wanted to, pair it with dust off an Hervé Leger bandage dress if you have one in the cupboard, and throw these on with it and have yourself a jolly good time. Why not? I adore this bag. I think this is stunning, and this is this large Kensington bag, and it is in a white and blue with this silver hardware. Almost has like a kind of a crochet style effect to it with the blue underneath. Silver hardware, part of the strap has blue on it that almost looks to be like a patenty style of leather. I think the blue and the white really complement each other beautifully. This makes me think, this very much makes me think of Greece, Santorini, with the blue and white and the landscape. Absolutely stunning. £229, comes in 2 other colours because you've got the, I think it's a sort of a darker denim, and then there's like a lighter denim, but this I think is absolutely beautiful. And the large size is actually a really practical size of the Kensington because it's not as extreme as the XXL flap. It's got a pretty good capacity. You could use this for your everyday essentials as you needed to, but also it's a nice size that for the evening it could still be used. It's that sort of in between. I'm trying to think what it would equate to. What would it equate to, Pops? It's a little bit more squared off than a lot of flat bags. So whereas a lot of flat bags tend to be slightly more east-west, rectangular, this is a little bit more squared off. But yeah, I think it's a really beautiful piece. And this for a summer's evening, glitzy, glamorous. The colours are stunning. This fabric Kensington, which has this shimmer to it because it's embellished. Beautiful. The silver hardware really complements the cool blues that they've chosen. I love what they've chosen here. If I was into mini bags, this would 100% be the sort of bag that I would be wanting to buy because I think it's stunning. This would work beautifully in a summer's evening. This would also be fabulous in winter because this just over the top of a large, I'm imagining like a large shearling jacket or something like that with this thrown over the top. How stunning would that be? It's a bag that can do a lot, and the mini Kensington is still pretty practical. As a mini bag goes, it's pretty practical, and you can wear it crossbody, you can wear it long shoulder, you could always tuck the strap in and use it as a clutch if you wanted to. You could buy the chain clips as well, potentially, to make it slightly more of a top-handed if you wanted. So this also comes in a couple of different colour options, but this one, stunning. Love it when they do these minis. They are just absolutely beautiful. If I was happy to spend the money and collect pieces just for their beauty, I would have a collection of the Kurt Geiger minis because over the years they've done some stunning variations of them. I just don't have a use for them, and I'm not going to spend £179 a piece on items that I don't use. Have I done that before? Yes, of course I have. Yes, I have. However, we've got to be sensible. We've got to be sensible. You know, I'm someone who likes an element of formality in how they dress, but I also like to be comfortable. I also like to feel stylish and like it's my personal style that's being reflected. And I think these Madison T-bar sort of sandals, flip-flops are really lovely because you manage to get the comfort and the ease of a flip-flop style while still having an element of formality because you have that silver T-bar look with the Kensington sort of hardware on it. I think this is a really nice piece. The blue and the silver will go with a lot. Really nice for a summer's evening. I've had Kurt Geiger flip-flops before and they've lasted me a very long time. I bought mine from Selfridges years ago. Still have one pair of them actually. And I like them very, very much. So these would be really nice to wear with shorts, with jeans, with a skirt, with a dress, with a caftan. You know, there's a lot that you could wear these with. And as I said, you manage to have something that's slightly casual, but still formal in nature. You know, the style is casual, but the way that it's done is a little bit more formal. So it can always, you know, jazz up an outfit a little bit if you wanted to. And I just find silver such an easy colour to work with. This is so ridiculous, but I just thought it was really, really pretty. And this is this Drench water bottle. Just look how gorgeous those colours are. I think this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. This would just make you smile. If you had this in your bag and you were running your errands, going to work, doing whatever it is that you do, you know, going for a walk and you just wanted to carry this with you, I think it's so pretty. It's £60 a lot for a water bottle, yes. But this is very, very beautiful. And if you are someone who likes to almost curate the look of the inside of your bag, this could be really, really lovely. Combine it in with some of the other SLGs that you have. This would go nicely with my SLGs because I have that Kiwi Longchamp card holder, the pink Mulberry phone case, I've got the blue Longchamp pouch. So this could actually go really nicely with some of my accessories, but I don't need it. Certainly not for £59. One to watch, maybe if it goes in the sale. Like I would spend, I don't know, £30 on it, but probably not 59. And whilst I've got you here, let me just quickly share with you my bag of the day. I have been using a bag that I haven't used in a very long time. This is my Longchamp Les Pliages in leather in this milkshake pink. Absolutely gorgeous, this gunmetal hardware. It's so beautiful, love this strap. Stunning piece. I really want to motivate myself to use bags that I have not used in a very long time. And what was concerning is that I've not unzipped this for probably 6 months. I pulled out 5 Les Pliages out of this bag, and that's ridiculous. That means I haven't used those in that period of time as well. So what I really need to work on, I've mentioned this before, is I need to work on the storage of my pieces so that everything is out, because I am not going to grab what I can't see. So I've been using the same bags over and over. I am determined to be much, much better at grabbing pieces. So this is all part of the pastel dream that I'm trying to create with this particular outfit. So Longchamp, there we have that. Now, let's go to the next piece, and it's another accessory, and it is this beautiful Kensington card holder. Bright, vibrant, fun. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I've had Kensington card holders over the years. I had the metallic leather rainbow versions. I've also got the long wallets. They're beautiful. I have used them for many years and I like them very much, find them to be very durable, find them to look very beautiful inside of a bag, and I think the price point is really good. £49. They come in a lovely box, so if you wanted to buy one as a gift for somebody, this would be a really, really lovely piece. Very practical, easy to use, everything that you want a card holder and an SLG to be. Definitely recommend the Kurt Geiger small leather goods. Now I am always on the hunt for a pair of white sneakers, and I know that I own a lot at this point, but I wear them so much. I wear them with almost every outfit, and I really liked these Regan Plaque sneakers. Thought they were great. They come in 2 other colours, but I loved them in the white. I think they're very interesting. I like that they're oversized. I think that they are casual, but I would pair these with suits just to add a little bit of a casual edge to something that would otherwise be much more formal. Great piece. I hope they would be comfortable. Kurt Geiger sneakers tend to be, or trainers tend to be fairly comfortable. I've been buying them for the best part of a decade. The Kurt Geiger shoes, over a decade. Actually, I've been wearing Kurt Geiger shoes. 20 2012, I think I bought my first ever pair. So I've been buying from Kurt Geiger for over 13 years. And I have no plans on going back. I really like the shoes. I think they're worth the money. Good pieces. And to that end, I also really like these Lennon crystal sneakers, because who doesn't want to add a little bit of bling? Why not? Imagine going to something that's a slightly more formal event. Let's say you're someone who doesn't love formality, but you've been invited to a black tie event, so you're going to throw on your tuxedo, but you're thinking, how can I still keep this formal look, but add an edge to it, add something a little bit more casual? Or you're someone who likes glitz, but can't necessarily figure out how to pull that into the more traditional dress code. Why not throw something like this in there? Why not? Little glitzy pair of shoes. I've got a pair of Kurt Geiger sneakers in crystal. Do I wear them very often? No, I don't. I do not, Poppy. I'm sorry, I don't. But these, I think, are really fun, and they could still be really subtle. They would still be great with jeans. They would still be great with, chinos. Lots of different outfits. £159. Hey, it's an embellished shoe from a good brand. So I don't think the price points are hideous. Good pieces. Worth considering. Whilst I'm on shoes, before we go to our final piece, another one that is definitely worth a look is this Belgravia Eagle Court heel. This is an 85mm pump or court shoe with the eagle head emblem on the front. So these are £179. They come in 4 different options. I personally really liked this sort of orangey, salmony pink. The silver is also very nice. They do a black and they do a gold. So a few different options, but this is a very lovely classic shape with a bit of a twist, because that has that eagle emblem, but you can also get them in a little bit of a twist because of the colours that they've been made available in and the materials that they've been made available in. And 85mm as a stiletto is a very manageable heel height, I believe. Now, those of you who know my collection of shoes might be thinking, what do you know? You don't wear them very often. I wear 120s a lot, and I wear 100s really is the lowest I tend to go. But I do have one pair of 85mm from ASOS. They're a dream to wear. Absolute dream to wear. Will I be buying more 85mm? No, I don't think so. It's just not the look that I tend to go for. I like the skyscraper heels. But the one pair that I do have, I would say, are definitely my most comfortable pair. And they are the most manageable, most walkable. So yeah, definitely worth a look. If you love heels, don't want to go into sort of the higher heels, the 100mm, the 120s, the platforms, and you're looking for something very sort of classic and stylish with a twist, think about these. And last but by no means least, because we are very much on that summer train, that's what we're sort of here talking about, why not look at this Kensington clutch? This comes in pink, this comes in blue. It's sort of like a woven material. What does it say it is? Kensington clutch, just says pink combination. Some form of straw or something along those lines, it looks like. And it's got the sort of eagle emblem on the top, which I believe will be the clasp, the closure. This is just a really nice piece that could be used for summer parties. The colours that it comes in, I also think are very good to transition through the seasons. So if you got a really crisp winter's evening, for example, and you wanted something that was just a bit of a pop in a cool tone, this could be a really nice piece to go for. It won't be the most practical thing in the world, but when are clutch bags ever? This is just a really cute, really nice little piece that you could put your phone, a key, a card holder, and any other sort of small item, a fragrance or something along those lines, a cosmetic product, if you wanted to. And it's about your core essentials, but it could be a really lovely piece. Also looks like it can stand up on its own, which I think is nice when you go to a party or you go to an event or a dinner or something. I like to have pieces that can stand up on their own. Where I've got clutch bags that don't stand up on their own, I normally end up having to put them behind me on the chair, and then I'll sort of sit back onto them. Whereas when I've got a bag that can stand up on its own, that's smaller in size, take my Gucci Dionysus as an example, I like that I can sit that on the table. It's not really in anybody's way, but I'm also not worried about it. So yeah, this I think is a really nice piece. Pink or blue, your choice. I think they're both beautiful. Excuse me. So it really is just a judgment call based on your style. So there we have it, everybody. Those are my options. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.